Peppa's house sits on a steep hill, yet the front door is always somehow at ground level. But this is just one of many strange things this show never explains. 1. George Pig might be autistic. George Pig almost never speaks, but it's not just because he's a toddler. In nearly every episode, he clearly understands what others are saying. He listens, responds, and joins in, but rarely uses full words. Instead, he repeats the same one. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Grrr.
This obsession feels like more than a phase. In the future, Peppa says George will still love dinosaurs when he grows up. That one line made fans pause. Some believe George might be autistic. Kids on the spectrum often have strong interests and delayed speech. The show never explains it, but maybe George's silence hides something deeper. 2. Hash brown, the living fried food.
And I, Hash Brown, will save the day too!
Mr. Potato isn't the only vegetable that talks. In Peppa Pig's world, there's also Hash Brown, but something about him is much weirder. Unlike the others, he isn't just a fresh veggie. He's cooked. A hash brown has to be peeled, chopped, and fried. So, how did he survive all that? Was he once a regular potato like Mr. Potato and decided to fry himself? Or did someone do it to him? That's where it gets creepy. A living food is strange, but a fried one raises even more questions. Nobody explains it, and that makes it even scarier. 3. Leo the lion might not be imaginary. In one episode, Susie Sheep tells Peppa about her imaginary friend named Leo. At first, it seems like normal kid stuff, but some fans believe Leo isn't just made up. He might be someone Susie really sees. The deeper mystery is about her family. Susie has no dad in the show. Some theories say Mummy Sheep raised her alone, but others go further. They believe Susie is a clone, an exact copy of her mother. If that's true, Leo could be her way of coping. Peppa has a teddy, George has a dinosaur. Maybe Leo is who Susie talks to when she feels alone. 4. Peppa Pig shouldn't be alive in space.
I can jump really high. Me too.
Peppa and her friends once went to outer space. That's already wild, but the real mystery is how they survived. They only wore helmets, with no oxygen tanks or proper spacesuits. In real life, that wouldn't protect anyone. The cold alone would be enough to freeze them. So are Peppa and her friends part of a super evolved species? If they don't need full suits, why do they wear them in other episodes? Is it just for fun? Or are some space trips more dangerous than others? None of it makes sense, and the show never explains how they're still alive. 5. Susie Sheep might not have a dad. One strange thing about Susie Sheep is that we've never seen her dad. Most of Peppa's friends have both parents, but Susie's family only shows her mom, grandma, and cousin. Her dad has never been mentioned at all. Some fans think he passed away. Maybe he had a serious illness, and that's why Susie wants to become a nurse, to help people like she wishes she could have helped him. But there's also a darker theory. What if Susie doesn't have a dad because she was cloned? It's a wild idea, but in Peppa Pig, anything might be possible. 6. Peppa Pig might be the unfavorite child.
It's my birthday. George, wake up, it's my birthday.
Peppa and George don't get treated the same. When George had his birthday, it was a huge event. A museum party with a robot dinosaur and even a bouncy castle. But Peppa's birthday was just a small party at home where Daddy Pig dressed up as a magician. That might sound fun, but it's nothing compared to George's big day. At first, it seems like they're just spoiling the youngest, but some fans think it's deeper than that. Do Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig secretly favor George? Or is Peppa harder to handle than she seems? Either way, it feels pretty unfair. 7. Peppa's world might break the laws of weather. In Madame Gazelle's leaving party, we meet her sisters from the band The Rocking Gazelles. They live in a place completely covered in snow. But here's the strange part. Peppa's town is sunny in the same episode. Even stranger, the sisters show up at the party later that same day. How can their home be so close, yet have such different weather? Are there extreme time zones? Is Peppa's world split by magical climates? Or maybe the creators just forgot to explain it. 8. Claire Cow might not be their real daughter. Claire Cow appears in several episodes, but her background is a mystery. She's often seen with Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow, yet something feels off. She doesn't attend Peppa's school, even though most of the town's kids do. We find out in the Christmas special. Claire's not on the school bus, but she's waiting at the theater. So where does she go to school? And why? In another episode, Mr. Bull takes her to the market like a parent would. But strangely, she isn't at his wedding. If she's really their daughter, why is she missing from such a big moment? 9. Peppa's family might be the last pigs left.
Oh, you're beautiful, Mummy.
Peppa's world is full of animals. Rabbits, ponies, cats, dogs, you name it. But when you stop and look closely, there's something strange. Where are all the other pigs? We've met Peppa's extended family: Grandpa and Grandma Pig, Auntie Pig, Uncle Pig, and Cousin Chloe. That's it. Other animals have unrelated families walking around town, but Peppa's family is the only group of pigs we ever see. Even in big city episodes, Paris, New York, London, not a single other pig appears. Could Peppa's family be the last of their kind? It's never explained, and honestly, it's kinda creepy once you notice it. 10th, Mummy Pig might be named Petunia. Most adults in Peppa Pig don't have real names. Everyone just calls them Mummy, Daddy, Grandpa, or Grandma. But some small details reveal clues. Auntie Dottie's name is known because she wears a polka dot dress, so her name fits her outfit. In the time capsule episode, Mummy Pig wears a dress covered in flowers. That led fans to a theory. Maybe her name is Petunia. It makes sense if names match what they wear. We know Grandpa Rabbit's real name is Rad, so real names do exist. Maybe Mummy Pig is just a title, and Petunia is her true name. 11. Daddy Pig might have a secret history with Aunt Dottie.
It's a wonderful time of year when families come together
to give thanks for all the good things in life.
In Grandpa Pig's computer, there's a photo sitting quietly in the background. It shows two young pigs, one in a polka dot dress. At first, fans thought it was Peppa and George, but the picture is black and white. It's much older. The pig in the dress is Aunt Dottie, and the boy beside her might be Daddy Pig. The same photo appears in Daddy Pig's office, which means it matters to him. Were they best friends? Childhood sweethearts? Many believed Aunt Dottie was his sister, until it was revealed she's Mummy Pig's. So, what really happened between them? Nobody knows. 12. Peppa Pig might have more than two eyes. Peppa Pig is always drawn from the side, but somehow both of her eyes are always visible. That doesn't make sense unless something strange is going on. Does she have two eyes on one side? Or maybe extra eyes hidden on the other? It's a creepy thought, but there's a simple reason behind it. One of the show's creators explained that Peppa's world is drawn like a child sees it. Kids often draw faces from the side, but still include both eyes. It's just a style choice, but once you notice it, it's hard to unsee. 13. Peppa's family might be filmed without knowing it.
Would any of you like to be on TV?
Yes, please.
We just have to put you in front of the camera.
Everyone knows Peppa Pig is a cartoon, but in one episode, things get weird. Peppa visits a TV studio and records the show's intro, while Susie Sheep watches it live. That means Peppa is starring in a show inside her own world. So here's the mystery. Is Peppa aware she's on TV? Or is her whole life being recorded without her knowing? The family is always perfectly framed, like there's a hidden camera following them. It's a creepy thought. What if everything we're watching isn't just a cartoon, but a show being made inside Peppa's own world? No one ever explains it. 14. Peppa might be stuck in a time loop. Peppa Pig has been on TV for over 20 years, but no one in the show ever gets older. Peppa is still 4, George is still 2. That might be fine in cartoon log, C, but here's the strange part. The family has celebrated Christmas at least 6 different times. If time never moves forward, how do holidays keep happening? Some fans think Peppa's world is frozen. Others believe time resets after every episode, like a loop. Or maybe in Peppa's universe, Christmas just comes more than once a year. Either way, it's a mystery no one in the show ever questions. 15. Some animals in Peppa's world might still be wild. In Peppa's world, animals walk, talk, and live like people, but not all of them. We've seen Penny Polar Bear and her family speak like everyone else. Then comes a strange detail. In one episode, Danny Dog's dad says he saw a polar bear at the North Pole, but that one didn't talk. It acted like a normal animal. So what's going on? Are there two types of animals in Peppa's world? Those who evolved and those who didn't? Some fans even think the talking animals came after a major event. If that's true, Peppa's world might have a hidden past. 16. Mr. Fox might be stealing from Grandpa Pig. Inside Mr. Fox's shop, there's a shelf full of tiny ships and bottles. At first, it seems normal, until you realize those same ships used to be in Grandpa Pig's attic. So, how did they end up in Mr. Fox's store? Freddie Fox's dad is known for selling anything and everything, and fans have joked that he's a bit of a thief. Some believe Mr. Fox secretly took them from Grandpa Pig. Others think Grandpa might have sold them, or traded them without telling anyone. Either way, something strange happened. The show never explains how those ships changed hands. 17. Grandpa Pig might have been a real pirate.
While I wait, I suppose I could have a read of my newspaper.
Grandpa Pig calls himself a sailor, but the clues say otherwise. In the Children's Festival episode, we learned that his parrot, Polly, once sailed with the famous pirate Redbeard. That's already suspicious. But the biggest clue is on Grandpa Pig's own boat. He flies a Jolly Roger, the classic pirate flag. No real sailor would use that symbol unless they had a pirate past. He wears the right outfit, but his actions and stories feel more reckless than official. Was Grandpa Pig hiding a wild past on the high seas? Maybe he wasn't always the friendly grandpa we know today. 18. Grandpa Rabbit might be over 100 years old. In the episode Sea Treasure, Peppa finds a bottle with a message inside. It turns out the letter was written by Grandpa Rabbit. But here's the strange part. Miss Rabbit's dad says it was written 100 years ago. That would make Grandpa Rabbit over a century old. Even in a cartoon, that's a stretch. He's still working, traveling, and acting like any other adult. The show never explains how he could be that old. Was it just a joke, or is Grandpa Rabbit hiding something? Either way, the timeline doesn't make sense, and it's one of the weirdest details yet. 19th Doctor. Hamster might be a bad vet.
Thank goodness you found him. Oh, naughty tortoise. Back in your box. It's your bedtime.
In the episode Troublesome Tortoise, an animal escapes from Dr. Hamster's clinic. His name is Tiddles, and apparently he runs away a lot. That sounds like more than just bad luck. If a vet keeps losing the same pet, maybe the problem isn't the animal. It might be the vet. Dr. Hamster laughs it off, but fans started asking questions. Is she careless? Are the animals unhappy under her care? Tiddles climbing trees and rooftops doesn't seem normal. It makes you wonder, should someone be checking on her clinic? Maybe Tiddles isn't just naughty, maybe he's trying to escape. 20. The school roof might never actually get fixed.
Moo! Didn't I fix this roof for you before, Madam Gazelle?
Yes, Mr. Bull, but still it goes drippity drip drip.
In Peppa Pig, the school roof breaks a lot. And every time it does, Madam Gazelle holds an event to raise money. Parents buy things, run marathons, or even jump out of planes just to help. But here's the weird part. If it's their school and their money, why not just fix it? Why do they need to buy their own stuff to cover repairs? It feels like a strange cycle that never ends. Maybe the school is underfunded, or maybe Madame Gazelle is just bad with money. Whatever the reason, the roof is always broken and nobody questions it. 21. Madame Gazelle might be hiding her husband. Madame Gazelle's house has always looked a little strange. In one episode, it's even tilted to the side. But the real mystery is inside. On her wall hangs an old black and white photo of a male gazelle. Most fans think it's her husband. So, where is he? He's never seen, never mentioned. Madame Gazelle has taught generations of children, including Mummy and Daddy Pig. If she's been around that long, is her husband still alive? Some fans believe she's a vampire. If that's true, maybe he was too. Did he vanish? Or is she keeping a much darker secret? Mrs. Cat might be hiding a secret relationship. In Grandpa Pig's birthday episode, the family goes to a fancy restaurant. Everything seems normal at first, until you notice Mrs. Category. She's sitting at a table with a male cat, but something feels off. His fur is darker than Mr. Cat's, and his face looks different too. So, who is he? The show never says. Some fans believe it's just a small animation error, but others think it's a hidden detail with a bigger meaning. Is he a friend, a cousin, or someone Mrs. Cat doesn't want anyone to know about? Whatever the answer is, that scene feels very strange. 23rd, Miss Rabbit might be pretending to be a mom. In the Fire Engine episode, Mummy Pig joins a firefighter training group with other moms. Mummy Sheep, Mummy Dog, and Mummy Pony. But then we see another rabbit. At first, it seems like Mummy Rabbit until you realize she looks exactly like Miss Rabbit. Could it actually be her? Miss Rabbit already has dozens of jobs, so joining this group wouldn't be surprising. But here's the strange part. She's the only one without a child there. And Daddy Rabbit is shown somewhere else entirely. So if Miss Rabbit is filling in, why? Is she hiding something? Or pretending to be someone she's not? 24. Madame Gazelle might have a secret first name. It's no surprise that Madame Gazelle might be a vampire, but even with all the fan theories, one thing still hasn't been solved. What's her real name? Madame is just a title. Gazelle is her species. We know her sisters are Greta and Gretel, and together they were in a band called the Rocking Gazelles. But Madame Gazelle's own name? Never said, not once. The only clue comes during her farewell party, when one of her sisters calls her GG. The second G is Gazelle. But the first? Could it be Gretchen, Grace, or something much older and darker? Peppa Pig just keeps getting darker the more you look, and we're only scratching the surface. But tell us this, do you think the creators are hiding something on purpose? Or are we all just overthinking it? Comment below and stay tuned for more twists.